backend system, but for the larger ones with micros, like the micros devices, if they want to interface, right now it's not ready to interface to those large large backend systems for larger chains. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that, Joel. On another call, I'd like to get with you and identify what it is going to separate the two from our target market, where we can integrate with their software that they've got, and the larger ones that we cannot. I'd like to try and identify what it is, so as these reps are out in the field, they can, well, I'm going to stand clear of Chili's, and this hamburger joint or this restaurant I'm going after. Does that make sense?
Yes, let me give you a quick example also. We have a client that they sell coffee and chocolate. It's something similar to Starbucks. Of course, it is not Starbucks. But they sell chocolate and coffee and other pastry on the shop. They use our system because what they're using in the back end is QuickBooks to handle the accounting, the inventory, prices, and everything. And our system interfaces with QuickBooks, and they're using our system as a point of sale. They take the order, just as I show you, on the device. They look for very quickly for the beverages, and they sell it from here. The beverage, they click on them, and that's it. That's an example of a type of shop that can run the system right now. Okay, let me give you a view. This is a very important feature because this is another reason or another feature that sets us apart from other systems. With our system, it comes a back office, a web-based admin system, where you can see the traffic, the movement of what's happening in your store or stores in U.S. nationwide. This system is always listening to the mobile POSs. In fact, I will identify myself.
And that's as many devices as they have. They could have 5 or 6 different devices, and they're all tracked in real time. Isn't that correct?
Exactly. And I will identify myself. I will enter to that management system. Again, this is real. This is in real time right now. And the first thing that I'm going to be received with is a dashboard of how the activity now has been in the field, or in my different stores, or my field service technicians. Immediately give me the top 10 sales reps, the top 10 customers, the products that has been moving the best, and the estimated profits. And I can even change the scope of this data in terms of range of dates. I can say, okay, I wanted to see from the March 1st till March 17, and I just click submit, and it will do a reloading of the information. But not only that, I can come here and click here on sales receipts, and I will be able to see every single transaction as it's coming from the mobile devices for administering purposes. So I can see the date stamp, time stamp of that transaction, the amount for that transaction, the client to that we sold these items to. If I click over the transaction number, as I'm doing right now, I will be able to see a detail of that transaction, the items sold, and also the signature of that transaction, for that transaction that was taken in the field, it was taken at the table, it was taken wherever it was taken. Okay?
And as you can see, signature to eliminate chargebacks. There's that signature right there.
Exactly.
Also,
many of our clients are using that exactly for that. If they get a complaint about that transaction, they just come here, print again, and send this evidence to, because you have everything. Who did that? To what client? At what time? At what date? What was sold? And and of course the signature. Okay.
Now, Wanda just mentioned something which I'd like her to mention again because I don't think anybody heard. But am I not correct, Joel? We can also have the photograph embedded on the receipt and probably right there as well.
Yes. Here I can let me show you. Yes. So the answer is yes. A photograph can be embedded also on the receipt, but also on the products there are photographs. There are
Videos and photos.
Videos and photos of on every item. I will look for wood door, and here if I come here to attributes, if I will have a video, it will be shown here, and if I have a picture, it will be shown here. If I click over it, it will also be seen here. Let me see if I can find a product that has a photo.
Now, Wanda, what were you saying, that eliminates paper? That could help make a paperless office? Was that your point?
It eliminates all of the yeah, that was my point, because I can't tell you how many times in my past where you've had to go through boxes of stuff to try to retrieve a transaction, especially if somebody's disputing it. You have to find that signed transaction, because without a signed transaction, you can't prove that that charge was there. And so, you know, you could be, as a merchant, you could be losing out by not being able to have that, or you could spend hours, days, maybe even months locating a signed transaction.
Well said. Very well said. And this not only, it's all right here at everyone's fingertips. The merchant can contest that chargeback if need be, has all the evidence that they need right there, the signature, the photo, whatever. It's just, there's so many things that this system can do depending on the market. We've got, I wanted to say one thing, that Charlie Ver made a point that a thank you email can be sent to the customers as well as printing a printed receipt. In fact, you can do them both at the same time. You can even text message it, but Joel feels, and we kind of agree, that since it charges the customer to text message them, we've turned that feature off. But you could text message, email, and print all at the same time as far as the receipt is concerned. And then we've got another question here from David Claggett. Not to complicate things, but Joel, can you add a feature that will allow the server in a restaurant or bar to take the credit card info and keep a running tab so that the server does not lose track of the customer in a busy bar environment? We don't want customers getting lost and walking out on a tab.
Interesting. That is not on the system today, but we can maybe add that feature. All we need to do is to verify if that will be compliant with the PCI DSS compliance rules. If that can be done based on those rules, which I think it will. If it's possible, then we can add that feature.
Very good.
And also, to answer the other gentleman's question about the email, here is where you enter the email for your customer to receive that email. I just finished the transaction. Here I'm giving the opportunity to enter the email of the customer, and when it's done, he will receive that email. Okay?
Hey, Joel, can you show them how, let's say they're a company and someone buys something, they want to ship it out, how they can track, give them the information like UPS or FedEx. Can you show that feature also? I think that's a great feature too.
And while Joel is drumming that feature up to share with us, what had you said, Wanda, regarding the last one?
I was saying that if that feature is not available, another thing you could do is just ring up the first round of drinks and put all that credit card information in. Does it not store that for the next purchase?
No, the system cannot store information of the credit card.
Okay, so it can't do that. Okay, you're right. You're right.
But maybe temporarily, in order to finish the transaction, there's a chance. That's what I need to check. Okay.
So that's the thing. That's the nice. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now, the question about the shipping. Yes. Let's say I choose a customer. So the information is already there. I will place an order for this customer. I will add a product. That's it. And then I click here on this button that says details. Here, you can choose the shipping that you're gonna ship with, and also the terms. If this was then not a transaction, a credit card transaction, or if it's gonna be later. And also the address. As you notice, the address is already there because we already choose that customer. And any other comment, next day. And that's it. That will be saved as details for that specific transaction. Okay?
Yeah, that's wonderful. And what I was going to just make comment to, Wanda, regarding the busy bar environment and having since you can't store the credit card transaction, you can store the items acquired, or the drinks bought, or the dinners consumed, and you can keep the tab open as long as you don't have the credit card information. And the nice thing about this, that the entire system is customizable. It will integrate with most systems, just not the huge retail outlets that are already in place, which Joel alluded to. But they will integrate with any system, and it is customizable as well. So that feature, I'm certain, will be right around the corner. If that ends up being in demand, and it sounds like it will, because I can tell how Joel's reacted here. That sounds like a feature that we need to have, and so we'll have it. Probably, I'm speaking out of turn, but I would imagine that if it can be done, and it sounds like it can be done, we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
I've got another question here from Michael Yaffa. How does the restaurant or any merchant or business get trained in its operation and features? I'm going to add, we do that. We're going to develop a couple of different things. I'd like to develop a presentation right on an iPad where a new rep could just go in and hit the button and say, look at this, and comment along with it, and 30 seconds later to a minute later have the deal pitched and be signing documents. But that needs to be developed. But I think we should also do a training demonstration or video, and for not only for reps but also for merchants. And that's something we're working on now. We've got a couple demo videos being filmed. As a matter of fact, today we're using Megan Tellez. She's an anchor woman here for the University of Southern California and their television station. And she's 22 years old. She's decent looking. She's bright. She's got an excellent voice. She's a professional. She's a newscaster. It's the long and the short of it. And she's committed to be our spokesperson. And we're filming today for both these, for a merchant video as well as a video to send to ISOs, to have selected ISOs market this with us, as you guys are doing. So that's being done today, and I think we could. The long and the short of it, it's up to you guys to train the merchants. We're going to help you. We'll create demos and we'll create videos and we'll make them available to you. But when all that is said and done, what keeps a merchant with you, what keeps a merchant giving you this business so that you can have that monthly residual check for 20 or 30 years, is good service. Communicate with them. Keep that line of communication open. Be in their face. We don't want them poached. We don't want to lose them to competition. So it's important we make sure they're trained on this system. So we'll help you. But it starts with you guys, the feet on the street, the soldiers in the trenches, you guys pulling doors, you guys pounding the pavement. It's up to you to train those merchants, because you're the one